Trump expelled South Africa's ambassador by tweet, then welcomed 49 white South Africans as refugees, based on stories many South Africans say were made up. Now, President Ramaphosa is heading into a White House meeting that could redefine U.S.-South Africa relations or shatter them. So what should South Africa prepare for? In this video, we break down 6 red flags, moments that could turn a photo op into a political firestorm. Red Flag 1. The Ambush Playbook. Trump thrives on unscripted drama. Just ask the South African ambassador. Expelled hours after criticizing U.S. policy, on stage. Ramaphosa may face surprise questions, misquotes, or even forced sound bites in front of the cameras. Watch for press bait, public cornering. Red Flag 2. Debunked narratives, weaponized. Multiple claims made by the arriving refugees have been discredited, even by fellow white South Africans. But in Trump's world, perception beats truth. Ramaphosa will face these stories, not as fiction, but as political fact. Watch for emotional storytelling over evidence. Red Flag 3. Diplomatic norms have left the room. The ambassador was expelled via a tweet, before South Africa even received formal notice. Diplomacy now operates on social media timelines. Ramaphosa's words may be sliced, clipped, and spun before he even leaves the room. Watch for instant spin, zero context. Red Flag 4. A built-in white victim narrative. The refugee program wasn't built on UN criteria. It was built on a narrative. One where white Afrikaners are victims of reverse racism, even as they own over 70% of farmland. Here's what this South African has to say.
Hey, lovely people, and particularly a quick word to my American friends who might be tempted to believe what Donald Trump is saying about South Africa, my home country, where I happen to be right now. Him and Elon Musk are racist twats who have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Because what they're doing is taking the word of a fringe racist group called AfriForum and other disaffected whites, disgruntled by the end of apartheid, feeling hard done by, and much like the Israelis, victimizing themselves when they are not victims at all, bitching about how land redistribution is racist against whites. These are such ignorant provocateurs, and it's going to backfire on them. South Africans' majority, the black majority, and it's a multiracial, multi-tribal society now, only own a tiny proportion of the land versus the size of their population. And while white South Africans make up 7% of the population, more or less, they own about 70% of the decent land. And so the redistribution of land is to address past inequities, and the vast majority of South Africans agree and understand why that's happening and that it's a good thing. It's also under a very strict mechanism. Now, not everyone agrees, of course, with the mechanism, but the principle is what racists like Musk and Trump are railing against here on behalf of a bunch of assholes who equate equality with oppression.
Watch for race politics dressed as humanitarian concern. Red Flag 5. Pressure to change foreign policy. The U.S. wants South Africa to realign on Israel, Iran, and Russia. Aid cuts and pressure are part of the leverage. This meeting could be less about dialogue and more about demands. Watch for cooperation with strings attached. Red Flag 6 of South Africa as a political prop. South Africa isn't just in the headlines, it's in the culture wars. Ramaphosa isn't just walking into the White House. He's walking into a narrative where his country is cast as the next ideological battlefield. Watch for policy decisions with campaign optics. This moment is more than a bilateral meeting. It's a test of South Africa's sovereignty, of whether truth matters in diplomacy, and of how far racialized narratives will go to reshape U.S. foreign policy. Subscribe to the Political Breakdown, because headlines aren't the whole story. Do you think Ramaphosa should walk into that room, or walk away? Share your thoughts and don't forget to visit South Africa, one of the most beautiful countries on earth.